The Surrender Project is a holistic approach to take care of the entire warrior, psychologically, physically, and spiritually. Psychologically, sending our warriors to camps to deal with their life-dominating issues with other gunslingers. Physically, sending our warriors to one of the top facilities to rehab their physical ailments and even provide a regenerative physician. And lastly, the spiritual component, which is often neglected. This part, we provide material, life-sustaining material that will help them endure during dark times to give them hope, purpose, and ultimately strengthen them.
I just recently retired as a Chief Master Sergeant in the United States Air Force as a Special Tactics Pararescueman, PJs for short. I suffer from post-traumatic stress. I have various TBIs, broken legs, broken ribs, 2 hip replacements. I've had 2 metal plates in my skull. My left eye socket's plastic. That's the physical piece of this. The emotional piece is, my job is to save lives, you know? Kill bad guys, save good guys. That was the gig. And there's a lot of good guys didn't come home. And you take that with you. You take that with you. And so dealing with the guilt of that, those patients I couldn't save, those friends that I lost, it's taken a real rough toll over the years.
I just retired as an intelligence officer. I was supporting special operations in Afghanistan. And 2 years ago, I was hit by a 107mm rocket that left me paralyzed from the chest down. So essentially, I'm a quadriplegic. I lost use of both of my legs, my torso. I've got damage to both of my hands. Well, most of my injuries were very, very physical. However, in the aftermath, when I realized all of the components that go along with the paralysis, the impact that it had on my family, psychological issues started creeping in, and I started falling back on dark days.
And it just got so dark. Nightmares every night, multiple nights. I would drink myself to sleep, only to wake up in the middle of the night and then start drinking again so I could get back to sleep. I withdrew completely, withdrew from my family.
I struggled with very fundamental issues with my identity as a man. After I lost the capability to operate daily functions in my life. I was 100% dependent on my wife in the aftermath of my injury for feeding, using the bathroom, to shower, to get up out of bed, for anything. And the toll that took on me was really detrimental.
We've given our all to this great country, and we've done it for our brothers, we've done it for our nation, we've done it for our God.
So for me, being around other warriors that have gone through similar experiences and have struggled with a lot of other issues like losing command of their life and their household and their family, that camaraderie has helped bolster my resolve to keep fighting and to lean on other people who are also struggling with those same issues.
The opportunity to have world-class treatment is phenomenal, because I'm going to tell you this, living in chronic pain isn't living. The idea is, if I can get better, if I can get better emotionally, if I can get better physically, if I can get better spiritually, then I can get that self-confidence back. And I got my Spartan shield back. I got my sword back. I'm ready to be in this fight.
For me, the spiritual foundation was the cornerstone for my recovery. That's what's kept me from staying down in those dark days, largely through my recovery.
If you fix somebody emotionally, if you fix somebody physically, that's great. But you can't let go of that spiritual healing and that spiritual fix, because that's what ties it all together and makes us human again, makes us whole, which is all we want. Just want to be whole again. We have a generation of men and women who've seen things and done things that they're not prepared for.
When we heal the warrior, we build the family. When we build the family, we strengthen our nation. This is an opportunity to be part of the solution. Join forces with us, the Surrender Project.